Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. I feel like you always have the same presenter voice whenever you
do.
start, and I feel like I say my name differently slightly every time.
That's really funny. Also, though, happy early Mother's Day to all the moms.
Yes.
Shout out, Mom, even though you don't listen.
I know, my mom too.
Maybe one day.
Will.
Maybe one day, but not anytime soon. I can already tell you that one right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please. Mm-hmm. We beg of you.
Yes, we're begging. We want to go read your reviews.
Exactly.
So anyways, this week I do have some intro topics.
Ooh.
Me and Taylor, we actually hung out.
Oh, we did.
Recently.
It was so fun.
So if you're new, we actually live like 4 hours away from each other.
Yeah.
But both in North Carolina, so NC girls. But I went to visit Taylor at the beach, and we actually got to like go in the ocean for the first time this year.
Guys, it was really cold. I can't lie. Did we get hypothermia for a minute? Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. But we definitely were in there for hours, and it was so fun.
Yeah, because like my little sister was with us, and she was begging us to go in the ocean, so we're like, okay, let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to shout out to Adriana for peer pressuring me, because I can't lie to you, Savannah, the next day when you left, we did go back to the beach, but absolutely we did not get in that water. I tried, and we tried. We really did try. For probably 30 minutes, we tried. And we got up to, like, our legs, and we were like, we absolutely cannot do this. And what's crazier is that it was even hotter.
See, I just ran in the water when I did it. I was like, I'm going for it.
I mean, I guess I did,
Just
too.
have to commit.
Well, the waves were, like, very dangerous. So that was another factor in it. But I don't know. If y'all know how cold the water is in the ocean right now.
Yeah, in April.
But it really was fun. It really was fun. Okay, Savannah, I have been keeping a secret from you because I really just needed to tell you on the air. I needed your genuine reaction.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's crazy. No, it's seriously crazy. So, you know how I talk about, like, I have told many a story on this podcast about how, like, owls are perceived as evil in, like, many different cultures. Mm-hmm. And, like, such as people think maybe Mothman is, like, possibly an owl. I don't know. Crazy stuff all surrounding owls. Somebody we both know was possessed by an owl.
Wait, no, I'm not even going to answer that because I know exactly what you're going to say.
No.
It's not me. It's not me.
Why? How dare you? Okay, for all of the listeners, she was supposed to say, who? And I was going to say, oh my God. It got you too.
Maybe I should have just fell for it for the audience, but I couldn't do it. I was like, I saw that coming.
But it's fine. I mean, okay. Whatever.
You were really ready to say that, and I was thinking the whole time, like, we have not talked about owls, have we?
Okay, but we have totally talked about owls on
like
the
podcast.
Little
bit, but
whatever. So I wanted to get you, but whatever. I hope that I got a listener out there. I hope you believe me for at least 1 second.
I really did believe you for 1 second, but then I caught myself just as I was about to say who. I was like, oh God, no, she's gonna get me.
What's funny is that I am, like, gonna see my parents next week, and I know they don't listen to this podcast, so I'm gonna try to get them with it.
Oh yeah, I feel like it'll work.
I think it'll work with my mom, but not my dad, so results next week, I'll let you know.
Is your brother going?
Yeah, I'll definitely get my brother.
I was going to say, it'll definitely work on Josh.
But I hope Josh doesn't listen before I get there.
Well, maybe.
I know.
Just tell him not to.
I doubt it. Anyways, whatever. Since Savannah wants to ruin the freaking fun, I guess I don't have any more intro topics.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, that's a lie. I just wanted to shout out to some of our haters out there.
Shout out to the haters.
Yeah. That's really all I have to say. Thanks for the listens.
Yeah, honestly, thanks for giving us more numbers.
Literally. No, but Yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about, so.
Yeah, no. I was going to mention Harry Styles again for a second, but, like, we don't need to do that again.
Okay, everybody just quick 5 seconds. We know we love Harry Styles. Like, Harry Corner over.
Listen, part of the reason I went to go visit Taylor is we watched Coachella live
Okay, yeah, we did.
at her house.
Yeah, we did.
And
I literally died on that couch.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't contain myself. I was uncontainable.
Mm-hmm. And we all knew Lizzo was going to come out.
See, okay, did I not say, guys? Did I not literally say that it was going to be Lizzo?
You did, yeah.
I know. I just wanted, Lizzo's my girl. What can I say?
See, I feel like we had to mention it. So.
We did. I forgot that even happened.
I know. I was trying to think back. This has been like a long week.
I know. It has really felt like eternity for me.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyhoozles, I'm ready for a story.
Okay. Well, I actually have 2 stories this week because the first one was like pretty short. So I'll try to make it a little longer with we can try to talk.
For sure.
Some banter or something.
For sure.
But, both of my stories are in Asheville this week.
Oh, Asheville, shout out North Carolina. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is Chicken Alley. Have you heard of Chicken Alley?
That's where you live. Okay. No, I've never heard of that.
Well, I actually got this from a TikTok that my mom sent me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, and it looked cool. Like, they didn't really mention much about it in the TikTok, but she was like, oh, you should cover this. So, like, okay, I will.
Okay.
So, first of all, by the name of it, I'll tell you this, that it's haunted. But what do you think, like, that entails? That it's called Chicken Alley and it's haunted.
Are you going to tell me that there are chicken ghosts?
Okay, see, that's what I thought too, but there is not.
Well, that's stupid.
I know.
I was so excited.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was chickens out there at one point in time.
Okay, well, yeah.
That's like where it got its name.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So Chicken Alley is a small alleyway in downtown Asheville, and they say that it's the most haunted area of Asheville, I guess, like, of the downtown area.
That's crazy.
And if you live down there or you know of Asheville, it's off of Woodfin Street, and there's like a really cool mural there that has some chickens on it, like a really big rooster. I think it's like a 10-foot tall rooster.
Oh, wow.
Painting. It's really cool. And I think there's also just like graffiti down that alleyway, so you know, fun stuff. But there are no real chickens there anymore.
Boo.
Back in the 19th century, though, chickens used to congregate there because there was a family-run poultry processing plant.
Oh,
there.
Say that 5 times fast.
I know. Which is also another fancy way to say chicken, like, slaughterhouse.
Chicken farm. Yeah,
but
that's bad.
You know.
But, I mean, you know, we do love a good chicken, so.
I mean, yeah. We eat chicken, so we're not going to say anything about it.
I literally, just prior to recording this, ate Dave's hot chicken. And if you have not tried that, I need everybody to go try it because it's so good.
That sounds good. So anyways, there was a chickens, like, roaming around here back in the day. But this alleyway is known for being haunted for something else. So this man, Dr. Jamie Smith, he was known for his clothes, so he wore like a wide-brimmed black fedora. He would wear like a long coat, and he carried a medicine bag and a silver cane. Wow,
so ominous.
So, yeah, honestly, it's true. And it's like in the early 1900s, so it's like he's just roaming the streets with this. I don't know if that was like common back in the day. Right. Like, maybe. So they said that like Asheville was more dangerous back then, and people who worked nearby, they would come into the city for all the articles I read. They said they would come for a good time.
Okay.
So whatever that means. They would come for a good time and like go drink and do all the things. And Dr. Smith, he was known he was known for treating people who got diseases from having these good times.
Got you.
Yeah. So I guess he was like kind of known in the area.
Nice.
But unfortunately, in 1902, so very early on, Dr. Smith, he was going into a tavern that he would go to all the time, and it was in Chicken Alley, because like I guess there's shops and houses in that alleyway that you can like, the doors are in there.
Yeah.
So he was going into the tavern, and he was caught at the wrong place, wrong time.
Oh no.
He supposedly tried to break up a fight, or he was just involved in a fight. It's like, there's two different versions of the story, I guess. And he was stabbed.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, stabbed in the heart, and he died.
In the heart? Ooh.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm guessing, like, also I didn't even think about this before, like, I don't know how many doctors there were. Like, he's a doctor, so, like, if he gets hurt, who's gonna help him?
No one's helping him.
Yeah.
Also, like, what do you even do when you get stabbed in the heart?
Right. I don't even know. Like, I know they say leave
it in. I mean, that's for sure.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess you just don't do anything. Like, yeah, so he got stabbed. And, actually a year later, some say a year exactly to the day, the tavern that he was going to burned down to the ground.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, was he getting his revenge?
Maybe.
Don't know. And also, Dr. Smith's killer was never found.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Which, like, is kind of surprising, because I would think that it would be, like, a regular at the bar or something.
Yeah.
But I guess not. I don't know.
I mean, if it was a regular, maybe he just ran away and then just kept coming back and pretended like he had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, maybe.
If he was smart. I mean, I'm not condoning murder in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying that, like, if he was a regular, people would know, oh, Johnny killed Dr. Smith. Like,
That's true. We
know him already. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, things were different back in 1900s.
Definitely.
1901 and 1902, like, yeah. So, since then, for the past 100 years, since it's been over 100 years now, people have been reporting a man lurking in the alley late at night.
Oh, is he wearing a fedora?
Yes, he's seen wearing a wide-brimmed fedora and a long coat. And you can hear the sound of a cane tapping on pavement.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So, I don't know, though. Do you think this ghost is, like... I feel like he's more of a protector if he was really trying to break up a fight.
I mean, yeah, right. But was he? Or was he just involved in the fight?
See, that's what I'm saying. But also he's a doctor, so I kind of trust him.
I mean, but did he have some drinks?
Well, some of the stories were saying, like, he literally just walked in the door.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really sad then.
Yeah.
If that's the case. I mean, it's really sad either way.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think this ghost is, like, a nice one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. He sounds chill to me with his little fedora.
See, it's insane.
But also, that would be very creepy if I look down like an alleyway late at night and all I see is like a tall, dark shadow, like in a trench coat and a fedora. I would be I would run immediately the opposite way.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's nice or not. I would still run.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Because also, how do you even know if that's a real person or the ghost of this man?
That's true.
Because people, I mean, fedoras aren't really in right now, but I mean, I'm sure people still wear them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. And like the cane and everything, like, yeah, it does give off a creep factor. But I think that, I don't know, I like to think that, like, if somebody was, like, getting attacked or something, he would, like, break it up.
I hope so.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's just, like, the vibe I get from this guy.
True.
But anyways, that was, like, all I could scrounge up about this story. Like, there wasn't much else about it.
Oh,
so I was like, this one's really short. So I had to find something else.
Definitely. Wait, what was that guy's name again, though?
Dr. Jamie Smith.
That's the most basic name, Dr. Jamie
I
Smith.
know.
But
I know, and I tried to look up Dr. Jamie Smith, and nothing comes up because
yeah,
it's all
that
like,
sounds. I can imagine the Google search right now.
uh-huh. Yeah, it was difficult. But, you know, could be interesting. But yeah, it was called the sanatorium, and it was changed in 1912 to Highland Hospital. And the wife of a famous author spent some time here.
Oh.
Do you know who? Probably not.
No.
Kind of random.
I was gonna say William Shakespeare, but I was like, nope, wrong time period, and also not in
No.
Asheville, North Carolina. So I don't know.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, his wife Zelda. So do you know anything about Zelda?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I remember learning about her. I don't know if it was I learned about her in school or just like I've read stuff about it online, but she had a lot of problems over the years, like mental health problems.
Yeah.
So she was his wife, and F. Scott Fitzgerald is author of Great Gatsby,
Yeah.
of course.
You don't know. Yeah.
And some other books, but that's the main
That's
one
the main, of course.
that we all had to read for school. And I actually, I kind of like loved that book.
I did
when we
not
had
have to read it.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I know some classes that did. Like your teacher specifically could pick out of like a couple of books, and mine chose something different. So, but I have still read it. I did read it on my own.
That was like one of my favorite ones that we had to read for school, and the movie was really good too with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Love Leo.
Yeah, but after this, like after looking up all this stuff about his wife, like I don't like F. Scott Fitzgerald as much anymore.
Oh snap! Okay.
So a lot of this, I mean, I'm going to talk about ghosts at the end because obviously haunted, but I am going to talk a lot about Zelda's life because it's kind of interesting, like all she had to go through.
Yeah.
So, it's also said that while Zelda was at this institution, F. Scott Fitzgerald, he lived on the outskirts of Asheville, at the Grove Park Inn.
I never knew that he even lived here in North Carolina.
I think it was a short period of time, but yeah, he did.
Wild.
They sort of lived all over the place. And like he continued to write, so he was writing some books in Asheville, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
So before Zelda was institutionalized, also that word is just so
bad. Bad stigma.
Yeah. Sanatorium, institution, it's just yeah.
These people just needed a doctor, just like as if you broke your arm.
Yeah. I know, but also if you say hospitalized, then you feel like, oh, that's like a physical injury.
It's true.
I don't know. Also, I'm going to refer to F. Scott Fitzgerald as Scott because that's like such a long name to say.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I don't really know, like, he just goes by F. Scott. So
yeah,
like,
what's his name?
Go by Scott.
Franklin?
I don't know.
That's a guess. I don't know.
I didn't really look it up for anything. Maybe it's probably just not widely known either. So.
My guess is Franklin, but I'm going to look it up for you, but you can just continue.
Frederick, something like that. But anyways, before she was institutionalized, her husband, Scott, would work constantly, and he didn't really pay a lot of attention to her.
That's mean.
Yeah. I do also remember hearing that or reading about how he like loved her so much, but then like he started writing a lot and then just stopped paying attention to her. And at one point like she would try to get his attention and then he would just get annoyed with her.
Oh my god.
I know. See,
Okay,
like,
also,
I don't like him.
His name's Francis. So Francis, chill out.
Yeah, seriously. And so Zelda, like, while he was pushing her away, basically, like, get away from me.
Oh my god.
She became obsessed with dancing.
Oh.
So she loved it as a kid, and then later in life picked it back up again. And, like, this is kind of crazy. She would dance 8 hours a day.
Oh my god, that's the whole work day.
Yeah. Like, that she was actually going actually crazy.
Like what? Okay, when you say dance, like we talking she was just free dancing, like making it up as she goes for 8 hours?
Like ballet.
Oh, that's wild. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that sort of led to her mental deterioration, as people
Yeah.
say. I It's definitely has to do with her husband ignoring her too,
Of course,
like
that's
both of those
awful.
together. It's like he ignored her, so she's like, fine, I'll just dance. And then she became too obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And she also wanted to be a professional, but no one really had hope in her, which is so sad. And
This
even her husband did not support her dancing.
this is heartbreaking.
I know. Like, I had to tell this story because I was like, she needs,
Right, she
she needs
deserves
this.
justice. What in the
Mm-hmm.
world?
Yeah. Um, so she was actually offered an invitation to a ballet school in Italy in 1929,
Oh,
but she declined.
why?
I'm not really sure. But she just declined. She didn't want to go. And the next year, so 1930, she was admitted into an asylum in France.
In France.
And yeah, because I guess they lived out in Europe then.
Wow.
And she was diagnosed with schizophrenia
Oh
in
no.
France.
I didn't,
Yeah.
out of all the mental diseases you were going to say, I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, see, also though, I don't know about their like criteria for some of these mental
Yeah,
illnesses in like the 1930s and stuff
definitely.
because you know people were thrown into asylums for like the dumbest things. So it's like she could have had really bad symptoms or like even mild ones and then they like exaggerate them or I don't know. So I
No, you're
just don't
right.
know if I fully believe, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean she could, yeah.
I mean, she
Could be the
definitely had
same thing as
issues
today.
for regardless, but yeah, who's to really say?
Yeah.
People still don't know anything about mental health, and it's 2022, so.
Yeah, true. True that. So yeah, she was diagnosed and then she was transferred to a facility in Switzerland.
This girl's just beat bopping around.
That's what I'm saying. I said before, like, they traveled all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, you said that, but I wasn't really assuming it was like this because she was also very sick, like mentally sick.
I know. Yeah.
Like that's sad
I
that
don't know why.
they were so beat bopping around.
Yeah. I don't know why they, like, would transfer them to hospital to hospital. I guess just
Right.
because they have different treatment at different places,
That's true. And
but
also, I know for a fact that all of them are probably like overbooked, overworked, overstaffed, like not overstaffed, understaffed. Like, so they're probably
yeah.
just like take anybody, like get anybody you can away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be it. But also, that definitely makes mental health worse, though, like having to move to different places.
100%. Like,
Like
I'm
the
in the process of
stress.
moving and I'm losing my mind as well. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Um, so where was I on here?
so she just got transferred to
So
Switzerland, I think you said.
yeah. She got transferred to Switzerland and then they made their way back to the US
Oh
in
my goodness.
1931.
Wow.
So I guess, oh my gosh, so she was admitted in 1930 and then switched over to Switzerland and then in 1931 like the next year they went back to the US. So it's three different places
That's
in like 2 years.
that's so miserable.
Yeah. I didn't even put that together before, but oh my gosh. And then this next part. See, I did these a few days ago, so I'm like
Remembering, yeah.
remembering all this stuff. So, yeah, then her father died.
Oh my god. She can
Yeah.
literally not catch a break.
And to make it even worse, her husband left her.
Oh my
Um
god,
like
Francis.
not like divorced or anything, but just like left her in cuz they went back to the US, they went to Alabama. And so he left her there to grieve alone for her dad, and
That's
he went
awful.
out to LA.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Like that's seriously like the worst. I'm so mad. I'm never supporting the Great Gatsby ever again.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like this guy.
No,
He's
he's
awful.
awful.
So he left her to grieve by herself over her father dying. Like, that's a big death in your family. Like,
Like
that's not
one of the
really.
biggest.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like. I don't know. That's just very meaningful one. Like, I don't know. If it's, like,
100%.
somebody you're not as close to, or, like, I guess not everybody's as close to their parents, but it just seems like that would be big for anybody, you know?
100%.
And, like, your husband should stay there and be with you in that time. That's just...
Literally.
Yeah. So, anyways, she was grieving alone, and, so he went out to LA, and he also, had an affair while he was out there.
I mean, of course he did. I mean, he's not a good human being, so.
Yeah, he's awful. And then after a little while, he broke it off. And at this point, Zelda was in Asheville in Highland Hospital.
Wow.
So he goes back to Asheville to be with her, to be with his wife.
Oh, so now he's going to be with her.
Ignoring.
Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, there is some stuff I skipped too, but there's just like a whole lot of bad vibes.
Yeah.
With this. It's just bad. But anyway, she ends up at Highland Hospital after having a very rough time.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, a very, very rough time. And on March 10th of 1948, so I guess we're skipping ahead a few years here.
Yeah. Like a decade.
Yeah, Zelda was supposed to undergo electroshock therapy.
No.
Which, like, what? Is that
It's
just,
bad.
like, zapping you? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, in the brain. It's really bad.
Do you know anything about it?
I mean, it just really seriously messes. It basically just, like, kills your neurons. Like, to try to keep you in, like, sort of, like, a sedated, like, state. To, like, calm you. It's, like, to calm a person down, but, like, at what risk? You know what I'm saying? Like, permanent damage to their brain. I mean, to be fair, they also didn't know anything back then. But there were also really evil people who were doing it to people who didn't need it. So
it's also probably just keeping you unable to communicate with the outside world, and then that, like, makes your condition even worse. But on the outside, it looks better.
Yeah.
But anyways, she actually never really got her treatment that day.
Oh.
Fortunately or unfortunately, because something else happened. So, in these hospitals, they have, like, locks all over. Like, every room is locked. Obviously, like, they don't want you to get out.
Yeah.
So, this becomes a problem when there is a fire or something of that sort.
I knew you were going to say that.
And, you know, I think about this with, like, today.
I have always wondered what happens.
I mean, in today's day, I bet they have, like, a way to unlock all the doors if there's an emergency and you can get out. But, like, back then, they definitely didn't have that, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I doubt every hospital has this today.
I mean, even if the hospital does have it, it would be, like, electrical. Imagine the power goes out in the fire. And then, like, there's, like, what do you do?
Yeah. I know, it's scary. It's, like, being locked in a room just...
I'm very claustrophobic. Like, I don't like the feeling of being, like, stuck in anything.
Yeah, me either. It's scary, especially when there's something dangerous on the other side.
Right.
So when she was locked in her room, a fire did break out.
No.
It broke out in the kitchen, and unfortunately, you know, made its way through the whole building.
Yeah.
And this made me mad. Fire escapes were completely destroyed because they were made of wood.
Wow. People are so stupid. Are you serious?
Yeah, like, why? Imagine making a fire escape thinking, oh yeah, this will be so good for if there's a fire.
Oh my god, what year was this?
Like 1930s.
Like,
no.
babes, we learned about fire in caveman times.
It was almost the 1950s, like right before that.
Like, oh man, that is so dumb. That's, like, so dumb that makes me sick to my stomach that people ever... Like, who approved that? I would love to know.
I mean, I guess the building was it was made in 1904, like built in 1904, so maybe it was still since then, but like,
I mean,
still,
as I said before, we discovered fire when we were cavemen. So, like, that's, like, a long time. Like, we should know that wood burns.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Yeah. Big yikes.
Yeah, so she couldn't even escape out her window. I guess also, like, is that an option to escape out your window?
I mean, I guess if you like break it, but I doubt it would be easy at all.
Yeah, true. I don't know. So in this fire, 9 women died, including Zelda.
No, Zelda.
And it was one of the worst tragedies in Asheville. Um, which, I mean, I guess that's saying something because, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a tragedy, but like,
You know,
it's kind of small.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So yeah, 9 women died. And I guess also, I don't know if this probably wasn't women only, but I know mostly women were like the only ones sent to places like this.
Yeah, I mean, men aren't crazy. No, they're way too strong to have mental diseases.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I mean, obviously, so
Uh-huh.
I'm just kidding. I can't even let that. I can't allow the sarcasm to come out of my mouth to ever think that that's serious. Like that is not. I can't. But that is how people thought back then.
Yeah. So this hospital, during the time of the fire, it was actually owned by Duke University.
Oh wow.
I think it was, I didn't write down when they like obtained the hospital, but they had it and sold it in the 1980s, so they had it for a while. And today, the building is actually a recovery home for teens and young adults.
Oh, that's good.
And people say they see the spirit of Zelda walking around campus. And she was known for taking walks. So they're like, yeah, that's definitely her.
I was gonna ask like if she was dancing.
Oh my gosh. You know, she probably is. But see, there's not as many reports as you would think because it's a private property. So people aren't going on there to ghost hunt. Like,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, like you have to be like a troubled teen to get in there now.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
She probably is dancing.
I
That's
know.
so
I hope
sweet.
she is.
Oh. People have also reported seeing a ghost of a young man who died even before the fire at the
Oh.
facility.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. And I'm sure they have seen some of the other 9 women who died during the fire as well. So, they'll just like roam the facility. I think these are harmless ghosts as well. You know,
Definitely. They sound like it.
they're just
I
chilling.
mean, they're just people who literally needed help and then got killed for doing nothing. So that's sad.
I know. Yeah, just because people are stupid and didn't
Literally-
make a real fire escape.
Literally, stupidity is the reason that they died. Like that's so sad.
Yes, so that is the story of Highland Hospital. And I guess I had 2 fire stories and 2
Right.
Asheville. So there's some
That's-
connections to be made here.
Very many connections. Wow, that's wild. We should go back to Asheville. I love Asheville.
I know.
I'm trying to go
Yeah.
to the Chicken Alley.
Oh, I know. The mural there looks so pretty.
Let's
Also,
go.
we could go near this building. I mean, like, you can go on the outside of it and maybe Zelda's, like, walking outside. Like, outside
Okay, yeah,
of
true.
the
Like,
campus.
yeah, that's what they said. Yeah. I foresee an Asheville trip coming soon in our future. Well, that's funny. My story takes place far, 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 far from North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I decided, since we have recently procured some fans who live in South Africa, why not do another South African story?
Ooh.
So,
See, yeah, I wanna bring that up because I don't know how we did that.
No,
but
me
like
neither.
I'm glad we did.
I know. Love you guys. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out.
I hope I do this justice because I don't know. But, so the story I have for you today is the legend of the Impundulu, aka the lightning bird.
Oh.
So, if you throw it back all the way to episode 4, Savannah actually covered Thunderbirds.
Yes, I did.
So,
I almost forgot.
right, I was like, she didn't say anything. No, but I looked it up because it's sort of similar-ish. So, it is called the Impundulu, but I'm mostly going to refer to it as the lightning bird, but I'll, go back and forth a little bit. But yeah, so it is a little bit similar to the Thunderbird, if you remember that episode. So this creature actually comes from folklore of the tribes of South Africa, and some of those tribes are the Pondo and the Zulu tribes. So,
Okay.
and Impundulu, the word, literally translates to lightning bird. So, literally means
well,
the
there
same
you go.
thing. There and boom,
Yeah,
bam.
honestly,
There you have it.
we might be safer saying the English version
Oh,
because, you know,
no, well, I
how
did
good we
look
are.
up the pronunciation a lot on this one because I wanted to make sure.
Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
good,
I
good,
mean, I'm
good.
gonna call it the lightning bird anyway.
Yeah.
So, this lightning bird, it takes the form of a black and white bird. So there's going to be pictures. There's just really no way for me to describe this bird to y'all. So just go look on Instagram. But so although it appears to be a regular bird, it is not because it's the size of a human.
What?
It's a big bird.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that.
No. And it doesn't get any better. So, this bird is able to summon both thunder and lightning with its wings and talons. So that's the pretty much exact same from the Thunderbirds story.
I just looked up a picture of this bird.
Yeah, so it like actually does like genuinely stem from like a real bird, and I'll get into more of that later, but
Okay, imagining this
creepy.
bird the size of me, though.
No, see, first
Scary.
of all, I don't even like birds. I don't want to be pecked at. Like, it scares me, even small ones. So, to think that there's a human sized one, ain't no way. So,
Yeah.
um, along with all of the other names I've already said, it is also known to be a vampire bird. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out Edward Cullen.
See, we always have to link it back.
Listen, he's always in here. Some way, some form. And Harry as well. The two most important men in our lives.
Exactly.
And okay, this is where it kind of stems from the difference between the thunderbirds and the lightning birds. So the thunderbirds, if you remember, were kind of like having to do with like Native American tribes and like their beliefs and stuff. And this lightning bird is actually commonly associated with witchcraft.
Ah.
So, what I mean by that is that these birds are said to be the servant or familiar to a witch or a witch doctor.
Okay, so they're like similar to a black cat
Yeah,
here.
exactly. But it's a bird. But yes. So just like Salem and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, these birds are familiars to witches. So, and let me see here. How about we just get right into it, okay? The lightning bird has a completely insatiable appetite, specifically for blood.
Oh god.
So that's why it's called a vampire bird, if you can just imagine that for 5 seconds. And
See, this is already so much more intense than
no, I know.
I mean, we compared it to a black cat. Like that's so much more intense than a little cat.
I know. Like, oh
my
man. So it really only gets crazier from here though. Like you would think that this is crazy, but no. So it's said that the bird will only attack people like when the witch, like it's like witch or witch doctor, whoever it belongs to, tells them to. So that's also interesting. But that's not where the legend stops. See, some people see birds, some people see it in other forms. Because apparently the lightning bird is also a shapeshifter and
Of course.
can actually take the form of a beautiful young man who seduces women.
Okay.
So, like, are you talking to a lightning bird or a man? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And probably the funniest part to me, the funniest part about all this, like, witch things in this story. So the bird, as the witch's familiar, is actually passed down into the family and given from the mom witch to the daughter witch.
Okay.
So, like, wild.
That sounds like I don't know. I don't know why I just like assumed it's like sort of like a boyfriend almost, and it's like oh, now we're just like passing him down. Like, 'cause the fact that he can shapeshift into a person is kind of weird.
For sure, it's for sure. definitely. So, okay. I just keep losing my spot, but I found it again. So, among certain African tribes, the hammerkop bird is actually believed to be the lightning bird. So the hammerkop is like actually a real bird. So that'll also
Okay.
be on our Instagram to see it. Um, so, but that's what people think. Like when you see a hammerkop, they're like, "Oh, lightning bird." There it
But
is.
but that's not as big as a person, is it?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Good.
still a
Good.
big bird, but not human size. Um, and so according to legend, the lightning bird can only manifest itself through lightning, except to women. So,
What? What does that mean?
like, what does that mean? So it means basically, like, if it's just like chilling, it can only like become like the man, like shapeshift through either lightning or if like a woman is there. Like if
Oh,
it's
I
just
see.
like at the witch's house, like it's not gonna shapeshift. It can't just shapeshift like willy nilly. Like it either has to
Okay.
be through lightning or there has to be like a woman there to like seduce. Because I said like he will seduce the woman to
Of
like eventually kill
course.
her, is what I'm leading to.
Okay.
So so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people see the lightning bird in different ways. So like if you're a man, you're probably just seeing it as a bird. And also, this just has me thinking like this probably made women seem even more crazy who believe this because or like if it is true, the woman is like this bird man attacked me and the man is like what are you talking about? It's a bird.
Yeah.
But to
No,
her it looks
true.
like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh.
crazy.
Wait. So wait. I don't. If a man and a woman are right there next to each other, they
They'll
will
see it
see a different.
differently.
Oh. Wait. I didn't get that at first when you said that.
Yeah, they
Okay.
like men only really see it as a bird ever.
Oh.
Unless they're a witch doctor. It's very specific. Okay?
Okay.
So if you're a witch doctor and a man, you see it as whatever. And a witch, you see it as whatever. However, if you're not a witch and a man, it's just a bird. And if you're not a witch and you're a woman, it can be a bird or it can be a young, beautiful, seducing man.
Okay. So
So,
the only one who can't see the man is a regular
a
man.
man, yes, a regular man.
Okay.
I hope that cleared it all up.
Yeah,
It's a
that makes
lot.
sense.
Yeah, I know it is. So, one personal story from a girl who lived in a small village in South Africa describes seeing a black rooster-like bird with some white on it, but mostly black. And it actually ran up to her while she was walking into town one day, and it started clawing at her for absolutely no reason. And
Oh my god.
it left like tons of marks all over her body. And she claimed that this rooster bird, whatever, had iridescent colored feathers, which honestly, that's fire.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of
that's
cool.
really cool. And so apparently, she was like, no, that's no question about it. That's the lightning bird.
Hmm.
And I'm like, is that because a bird attacked you? Or, like, I'm confused because, like, the legend says nothing about having iridescent feathers.
Yeah, because you said it was just a black and
Black and
white
white.
bird.
But also, I don't know, it's magic. And also, like, it could, like, was the iridescence lightning? Because the bird can also make lightning and thunder.
True.
I don't know.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. But moving on along from that, also according to legend, the fat of this bird is believed to be very significant. And it's very significant in two different ways. So the first one being like this story is so hard to put into words, okay? So just bear with me on this one. So the
Okay.
first significance of what's special about the fat of the bird. It is believed to be the energy slash fuel that the bird needs to like create the lightning. And I'm like, what kind of magical fat does this bird have and why don't I have it?
Right. Like, what?
So anyway, the lightning bird's fat is said to that's what makes the lightning. And the second significance is that witch doctors and witches have found that it's actually valuable traditional medicine to like ingest the fat.
Oh.
from this bird.
Huh.
Yes. So you may ask, how does one procure this lightning bird fat? Like maybe you're sick, maybe you have a cold, maybe you need some medicine. So you're like, let me get a lightning bird to help. So first and foremost, you have to catch the bird, which to me personally already seemed hard enough. But actually it's way harder than that, because you have to catch the bird in the exact moment when he strikes the ground with lightning.
What? Wait, how are you supposed to do that?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I said it was nearly impossible, but that's how you do it. But
gosh.
if you think that you can't do that, which I personally do not think that I can do that, the other way, the only other way you can get it is to dig the bird up from the underground cavity that it lives in. Because apparently these birds live under the ground. When they're not out doing their little business.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to dig him out of his little hidey hole.
Yeah, and then you have to catch him.
And
then... Still, because he's still going to try to run, because he's a bird.
Right.
In my honest opinion, both sound completely impossible. So I guess I'm staying sick. If I need this bird fat.
See, I'm saying how did somebody figure out this is what you have to do?
So my guess is that these witches / witch doctors can have way more powers than us. Can catch these birds easier than us. Because I'm assuming it's mostly the witches who know, who make little, cauldrons of lightning bird fat mixed with other things to help people or whatever. Yeah. So that's what I imagine. They use their witch powers to help them get it. Because if you think about it, witches also use the hair of a lion and crazy things like that, to do spells and whatnot. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Actually though, do you want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah.
Some of the things that you hear of witches finding these crazy I can't even think of some of them right now. Warts, some breath of a frog or something like that. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That sounds impossible. It's actually just another name for a plant.
Oh yeah, actually I think I did know that. Which that is funny.
A lot of those aren't actually what they say they are. I wish I had them listed right now. But yeah they're actually plants that used to go by different names.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Realistically.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the case in this case, but I don't think so. I think they really did catch these birds. Allegedly.
Yeah. See, I think, witches definitely use other things too, but it's in those main spells, it's not as crazy as it seems.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, okay. So in the midst of them finding out that it's medicine, they, witches also found that they can use the fat of the bird to basically prepare it into this remedy to be able to find thieves.
Oh, what?
So it's said that ages ago, witch doctors would basically control criminals and catch them, be able to get them in trouble for what they were doing, even if they through the police or whatnot didn't get caught. The witch doctors would be oh, I know you stole, so here you go. And could prove it, and then they would get in trouble. So that's really wild. Let's see here. So I mentioned at the beginning that witches can also tell the lightning bird to attack people. So if the witch doctor or the witch dispatches the lightning bird, it will cause illness and give extremely bad luck to the person that they set it loose on.
Oh.
And so, So basically, when the witches send it out, they don't, kill them. They just, make their life miserable. But if it's, trying to attack a woman, that's when they'll eat the blood.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's really
Women
bad.
Haters. Oh
right. Rude. So rude. So, because of this, it's considered to be a very evil creature. For many reasons, obviously, but basically more evil, not even the evilness because it eats people, but more evil because it does the bidding of witches. So
Okay.
that's what people like saw it. Like they thought it was worse because they were like helping a witch rather than like killing people. But I mean, we all know how
Interesting.
people thought about witches
Yeah.
and still do. So,
Yeah. I feel like the idea of witches is turning around, at least in some places.
it is.
You
It
know?
definitely is. But we still have a long way to go, I would say.
Yeah.
Um,
But I have a theory about these birds.
okay, what is it?
That, okay, so you're saying that they cause havoc, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you catch them, you can use their fat for, like, good.
Yeah.
What if they're, like, not necessarily causing bad, but they're, like, taking in all the good in the area?
Oh.
And that's why it's in them.
Okay, now that is a really good theory. That's a good theory.
So there you go. And then they bring that back to the witches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're with the witches.
Yeah, I think we just solved it. The whole mystery.
Yeah, maybe. Was it a mystery? Yeah, maybe.
I guess it was. I mean, it kind of really is. Like, this one's really just all over the place. But, like,
yeah,
that's just what it is. Wow, I did not think about that, but that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, because it's like, if you, like, you would think this bad thing, okay, well, then the insides are going to be bad too. But, like, if you're saying the insides are good, then.
Wild.
Must
Wild.
be.
See, a part of me also wonders, though, like, if it's not that, like, I just, like, kind of assume that these are just magical creatures, like, sent by, like, the gods or something, you know? Like, and that's why that they're, like, magically healing and whatnot.
Yeah, but, see, that could be it, too. Yeah.
I don't know, I like yours better.
Yeah, I was just, like, coming up with something, and I was like, oh, yeah, that could be it.
Exactly. So, I mentioned earlier, it's known as a vampire bird. So, there's actually like a lot of vampire birds, like genuinely real vampire birds who like live off of blood, just like these do. Which is just wild. But there is another reason why the lightning bird / Impundulu is considered to be a vampire bird. So, the term literal vampire bird, like actual birds who just eat blood, that's like the only similarity to a vampire is that they eat blood. But the lightning bird, similar to vampires as well, is said to be immortal.
Oh.
Which I'm like, okay, so you can't kill them either. Like, okay, so
I mean, that makes sense when you said they get passed down from generation.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So they basically live forever. That people have found that gunshots and stabbings do absolutely nothing to them.
Oh,
you can't poison or drown them. This has all been tried, all failed every time.
Okay, what if you go with the vampire thing and do a wooden stake to the heart?
Well, I don't think it works because they said stabbing does absolutely nothing to them. Doesn't matter. Because they're not a real vampire, you know.
Yeah. But this is also just like the Twilight vampires.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right.
Because, like, how did they die? They didn't.
They're immortal, too. So what you're telling me is that the lightning bird is actually just the Twilight characters? Heard.
I mean, could be. But, wasn't the way that they died, like, they had to get their head ripped off or something?
Yeah. Yes. So they weren't really immortal, you know, but, like, pretty much they were, you know, in Twilight.
Maybe that would work.
But in the same way as this, no. Because you would, first of all, have to catch it, right? And that's really, we already know how hard that is because there's only 2 times that you can catch this bird. But there is one singular way that you can kill the lightning bird. And that is with fire. It cannot survive fire. So, I mean, that's good to know. If you come across one, just, you better have a lighter or something. Match something to light it on fire.
Okay.
And you don't have to catch it to light it on fire either, so.
Wait, how are you going to do it without catching it?
I don't know. Throw something at it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully I will never need to know the answer to that question.
True.
Let's see here. So I know I've talked about this a bunch, but might as well mention it again. That the bird is a shapeshifter and can turn into many different things to many different people. And so it's actually interesting. So when it's in the human form, that's the only time that it actually feeds. and it
Oh.
only feeds on humans. So
And only on women.
yeah, only on women. So, I mean, first of all, it's not looking too hot for us.
But also that's like a very limited amount of food source. Like, why are they not opening their horizons
I
a
mean,
little bit?
yeah, okay, we need to call the lightning birds, have a meeting with them, and let them know that they're missing out on like 50% of the food that they could have, you know?
Exactly. Like, go for the men. Why
Go
are
for the
you, why are you
men.
going after us?
Come on now. Right. So, let's see here. Oh, okay. So when it's not in human form, when it's in animal form / bird form, it will feed off of other birds. So basically, it's just a cannibal in whatever shape that it is.
Okay, that's
But it will only
awful.
eat like whatever it is, like in that moment, which is just
Okay.
disgusting. Like it wouldn't be in human form and eat a bird. Which
Yeah.
I mean, thank God, because can you imagine? I mean, I can't really
Yeah.
imagine any of this, to be fair with you, but it's
I know, me either.
it's really, really something else. So, I did mention that there are like real vampire birds, like real birds, like confirmed real birds is what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
And one of them is called the vampire finch. And so the vampire finch is a real confirmed bird species that is only found on the Galapagos Islands. And it draws blood from the other seabirds by pecking at the feather bases of the birds while they're asleep.
Oh my god,
Right.
creepy.
I know. And I'm like, ugh, that's first of all so dark, so evil. And the fact that that's just like biologically what they think to do. And I'm like, so why are we even questioning that vampires are real? Because there are. Like, genuinely, like, those birds are vampires, like, drinking the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Kind of
That's
just
just
blows my
so
mind.
creepy. And animals on the Galapagos, I know, are like crazy. And I've always wanted to go visit because,
Yes.
I mean,
who
I think you
doesn't?
can only go for research
You can.
purposes.
Yep.
But yeah, like they have such interesting animals. And that's just, I don't know. I kind of don't want to see that though. That's
Oh, I
like
mean, no. I would not want to see that either
creepy.
because, oh, God, that is just so dark. So dark. Okay, so we have that vampire bird. However, there is another vampire bird that actually is known to live in Africa, and it's called the red-billed oxpecker. And these birds have been seen sitting down on cattle and will attack them and like drink their blood, but only on cattle. So people are like, not a lightning bird. Like lightning birds don't eat cow blood. But I'm like, is
Okay.
it not the same thing? I don't know.
Okay, but I have something about that. Have you ever seen I think it's in this movie. Have you ever seen that movie Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire?
Of course I've seen that movie. Also, I would just like to announce that this is the first time Savannah's ever asked me if I've seen a movie on this podcast. But yes, I've seen the movie, yes.
Isn't it in that movie where the cow turns into a vampire?
Yeah, because the little boy like bit the cow.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, vampires are real.
Like, is it that one? Wait, am I thinking of a different one now?
No,
I don't know.
no, that's it. Like, My Mom's on a Date with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's that one.
Because I'm thinking, like, there wasn't a little boy vampire in that one, though. Was it?
Wait, I'm picturing... Okay, is the little boy, like, blonde with circular glasses?
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that that's not actually the same movie.
Yeah, it's like one of those movies, so it's
No,
like the
you're
same
so right.
era,
It's not
you
called
know?
that. Dang it.
But there is one where there's a cow that turns into a vampire, and it just
100%.
you just reminded me of that.
Is
I
it
was like,
called My
does
Best
that
Friend's
happen?
a Vampire? Why? I don't know. I feel like it's a very similar title to that.
I feel
Wait,
like we
you know
need to
what? That'll
investigate
be
this.
something we'll come back to you on.
Yeah,
Regardless,
definitely.
it's definitely
Somebody
on
out there
Disney
knows.
Plus. So, so almost done with my story. Just one little quick fun fact, but it's really not a fun fact. It's a really, really dark fact.
Wait, before
yeah.
you say that,
Yeah.
I do have the title of the movie.
What is it?
I think it was The Little Vampire.
The Little Vampire. That's exactly what it's called. No, you're so right.
Yes, that was a good one too. But anyways, back to your horrible.
Before I get to my horrible fact, now I just want to watch that movie, so I might watch it later. Anyways, so my horrible fact. In 2005, a South African man was convicted of culpable homicide after killing a 2-year-old child because he fully 100% believed that it was a lightning bird, like an Impundulu.
Oh no.
Yeah,
but
and
how? A child?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't look any further into it because I was like, I don't want to see any more of that, honestly. But
okay, I didn't know. Like, can they be babies? I thought they were just grown men. They shapeshifted.
Well, actually, they're young men. So I don't know what young. I mean, it's not a 2-year-old though. So this man was clearly just like using that as an excuse. But it does kind of show like that South African people at least do. Some of them believe in this legend. Like the fact that he would even use that as an excuse in court. That he thought it was literally the lightning bird. Like, I don't know. Kind of shows a little bit. But I am not ever trying to come across the lightning bird / Impundulu. No. Never want to. But
yeah, no.
That's all I really got on that one. And by that's all, I mean, that's really a lot that I just dumped on you. But
yeah. Okay, we're going to go and watch The Little Vampire.
Yeah. 100% we are. Because that movie is so cute. I think I always actually get them mixed up, those two movies.
I know, because they're the only ones with like vampire in the title from like the same time period.
See, what's funny is that we've always been obsessed with vampires, even before Edward Cullen. So
see,
there's the proof.
You're right.
Anyways, definitely go check out our Instagram because you're gonna want to see these pictures. You can't miss it. And rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Please. Yes. And I'm still mad at you for not playing along with my owl joke, so.
Listen, I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm just going to pretend that you didn't do that to me, and I'm just going to pretend like the owl in our theme song was talking to me. So, anyways, that's really all I have for y'all this week. What about you?
Yeah, I guess that's probably it. Let's just leave it at that.
That's probably it. Okay.
I was like, I probably could say more, but let's just leave it.
Okay. Well, I guess we will see you guys next week.
Okay. Cue the music.